So I'll go ahead and move on to the next item. This next item is something brand new, and it's something that we are very excited to be sharing with all of you today. So this, we have created a 5MP Fifth Management Plans Concepts web page. The intent of this page is to put information about each concept or proposal that we're discussing here all in one place to make it easier for someone to get caught up or find more information about a specific concept. We will also use this page to post any written comments that we receive. So I'm going to switch over to that web page here so you can see. So this is actually the web page that is available on our website, on ADWR's website. If you navigate to the Fifth Management Plans page on ADWR's website, you'll see this 5MP's concepts link on the side, and that's how you can get to this page. So what we've done here is compiled all of the proposals and concepts from each of the subgroups all in one place. So you can see that we have drop downs for each of our subgroups here. And what we've done is, and then, okay, we have a kind of sub drop down as well for each concept. So you can see that for each concept we've talked about, we've provided links to the meetings where we've talked about that concept to provide a little bit of additional context on that item. We've provided a very brief description of that concept. And we've provided dashboards or links to any additional information that we've provided through our subgroups. So in this example, this is an actual dashboard. This item is live, so it will filter and adjust. You can click and interact directly with this and also expand it right on that web page. So it's really something where we're trying to put everything all in one place and provide one location where people can go to get caught up and not have to scroll through the whole list and search through all of the individual meetings. So I'll just kind of go through each section here and just point out what we have here. So I pointed out this dashboard that is interactive. We also have a space for stakeholder comments. So we will be including the questionnaire responses, a link to the questionnaire responses here from each meeting. And if we receive any other written comments on that concept. So if you would like to submit comments, the best way to do that is either through those questionnaires or by emailing us at managementplans@adzwater.gov, and we do have that email address on in each section of this page. So Amanda will talk through the TIERS program and the integrated farm program a little bit later, so I'm not going to get into the details of those proposals at this point, but we do want to just emphasize that these are our resources that are available, and make sure that you all are aware of what is available to you and the ways that you might better engage. Something that's really important to us, again, is that this is a collaborative process, that we're getting ideas and feedback from you as we further develop each of these proposals, as we work through these are very much draft proposals. So as we work through the details of these proposals and correct anything that might need to be corrected. So we need that engagement from all of you in order to really make these into the best programs that they can be. So I'll go ahead and open the integrated farm program. Again, we have a short description of the proposal, links to any meetings, and a kind of a description of what was discussed in that meeting. And then in this example, we didn't have a dashboard or anything describing this, but we do have a graphic describing the program, describing some of the things that need to still be determined for that program. And then again, questionnaire responses down at the bottom. You'll notice in our industrial subgroup, well, we've only had one meeting of our industrial subgroup, and we don't really have any active items in that general group at this time. So that piece is blank, but we are absolutely open to additional suggestions on how we might further develop that kind of general industrial conservation program or that subgroup. The turf breakout group, which is kind of under the industrial subgroup, has been quite active. So we do have a lot of the details on that proposed golf course conservation program available here, including, again, links to the various meetings where we've talked about it, what we talked about at each meeting. We had presented a proposal calculator to allow individual courses to calculate an estimate of what their conservation allotment would be under this proposal. And also a description of what that proposal looks like. So again, we're trying to provide as much information as we can, provide all of those things, all of those resources all in one place. Most of this information is not new. Most of this you've seen before, was already available on our website, but we really, because we realize that our situation is challenging, because we realize that these conversations can be complex and difficult, we're really making a lot of efforts to create additional ways for people to be informed and engaged through this process. So in this example, we have received additional comments on the turf program and on this particular concept from a few of our stakeholders. So in addition to the questionnaire responses, we also had we have posted here some comments from other stakeholders who have reached out to us separately. And again, if you have a comment that you would like to make on any given concept, you can email us at any time at managementplans@azwater.gov. In the municipal subgroup, we've largely been focusing on the non-per capita program. Again, the kind of that standard beginning with a description and links to the meetings. And again, in this item, we did have a dashboard available. So that dashboard that we discussed at one of our previous meetings is available on this page for easier access to better play around with those numbers and those concepts. We do have a couple stakeholder comments here, both the questionnaire and the one from the city of Scottsdale. So you can see that there's a lot of information on this page and a lot of resources on this page. Finally, our last subgroup here is the Seafield technical subgroup. We have kind of combined all of our concepts into one thing because Seafield is complicated and everything's kind of tangled together. So this Seafield section is pretty extensive, but we did provide a description of each meeting for a little bit easier reference. We know there's a lot of information, particularly in those sections. And then you also have access to that overdraft dashboard, which has a bunch of different pages that you can work through to see the different pieces of that methodology and that proposal. Again, we have the questionnaire and also other stakeholder comments that we have received. We also created a space for kind of general stakeholder comments on the 5th management plans as a whole. We are certainly seeking additional comments from people on general strategy around the 5th management plans and different approaches that we might take on the structure as a whole. So we would love to hear from all of you. I keep mentioning this email address, but we are more than happy to meet with people to discuss things or to take any comments or questions that you might have at that managementplans@azwater.gov email address. So yeah, so there is a lot of information here. We are planning to obviously update this webpage over time as we continue working through these discussions. We'll keep this updated with each meeting. But we are also open to suggestions on how we might improve this page. We've already heard a couple ideas on things we might add to this. So we would love to hear from all of you on how we might improve on this page, additional resources that we could have, or other ideas that you might have for improving the ways we're communicating and the ways we're helping all of you to be engaged throughout this process. So with that, I will switch back to our slideshow here. Whoops. And we'll pause for another minute to allow a little bit of time for questions or comments. All right. Maggie, did we get any additional questions at this time?
Yes, Natalie, thank you. Bree is wondering, is the management plan's email the best way to submit additional comments or feedback to be added to that page?
Yes. So if there is something that you or your organization would like to add to that page, absolutely, that would be the best way to send that in. As I mentioned, we are planning to keep that webpage updated as we receive additional feedback and as we continue to develop these comments. So we would welcome any additional feedback that people might have. And yes, the management plans at azwater.gov is the easiest way, the best way for those comments or any other items to come in.
I'm not seeing any additional comments or questions right now. I'm not sure, Wally Wilson, if you wanted to speak. He's commented pin drop.
But maybe it was just
no. Nothing additional though.
Great, thank you.